What's up, y'all? B Marsh Boxing. Back at it once again. Live and direct. Renaissance man. I'll take you through the trenches. I was in the trenches earlier. Now I'm here enjoying this nice breeze, beautiful morning. At the golf course, of course. I mean, yes indeed. So, Jarrett Hurd. Jarrett Hurd's a guy from my area. Although I ain't never been to Accokeek, Maryland, I know where it's at. Southern Maryland, basically, right? Right. PG County still. Big up to PG County. Pretty Girl County, Prince George's County. You check it. Produces some of the best ball players we've seen in the NBA in recent years. A plethora of ball players in the last 15 years. But that's neither here nor there. This right here is a boxing video. So Jarrett Hurd, man, that was a guy from our area, man. He was doing us proud in the D.C., Maryland area, you know what I mean? No question. Unified champ. Man was going through a rigorous schedule to become a unified champ. That fight he had with Arislandi Lara was a classic. I mean, yeah. Arislandi Lara fights with Tony Harris, and all these fights he's coming from behind, knocking fellas out at 154 pounds. Till he met up with J-Rock. Now the J-Rock fight, I was live in attendance for that fight in Fairfax, Virginia. Very, very disappointing night, man. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. I've never been to a boxing event and left out of the arena. Not I alone, but everybody. That was his homecoming fight. On Fox 5, that joint was PBC Fox 5 in front of the whole country, man. It was on a day where, on a Saturday, the very next day, the Washington Redskins was playing the Philadelphia Eagles. So that was a great build-up, you know what I mean? Fighting the man J-Rock. They had the whole Redskins, like, band cheering. They came in and brought the man Jarrett Hurd into the ring. And them fellas wet the bed something serious, man. I ain't gonna hold y'all, man. That loss, like I told y'all, man, I ain't never been to an arena where the whole arena is rooting for the man, Jarrett Hurd, except the Philly guys. You know, Gilly the Kid was in the building. Naseem Richardson, rest in peace. Bernard Hopkins, trainer. You know, legendary Philadelphia boxing trainer. Carl Doggin. Yeah, I mean, there was some Philly heads in the building, you know what I mean? They came to root their man J-Rock. J-Rock did the unthinkable that night. Became a unified champ. I mean, so his previous fight before that, Jarrett Hurd fought this guy from England on Deontay Wilder Tyson Fury undercard named Jason Wellborn. And really and truly, I think that's where the man Jarrett Hurd got a little comfortable, because Wellborn put it on him for a little bit for the 4 rounds it went. But Jarrett Hurd got him up out of there. Now Jarrett Hurd, seek and destroy type of fighter, the type of guy who takes a lot of punishment to get the job done, Jake LaMotta style, you know. But his style of boxing was not conducive to him having a prolonged career, you know what I mean? And he should have never lost to J-Rock, man. Sorry, man. I'm sorry. Nothing against J-Rock. He's a good fighter. But J-Rock just has something in him that when the going gets tough, you know, he don't got that mental makeup to overcome the hurdles. You know what I mean? To persevere. Obviously, that was shown in the Jason Rosario fight, Banana Rosario. You know? J-Rock's a good fighter, you know what I mean? But Jarrett Hurd gave him one, man. Jarrett Hurd should have never lost to that guy in front of the home crowd the way he did. And really and truly, what has Jarrett Hurd done ever since? He's done a whole lot of nothing, man. Whole lot of nothing. So he's going to be back fighting on this undercard of Mark Magsayo versus Brandon Figueroa. And I believe it's for the interim WBC strap. Because the WBC strap is held by, what's that Mexican with the big ears? I like him too. I like him. He's a good fighter. Of course, he's trained by the legendary Mexican Hall of Fame trainer Nacho Beristain, a guy who's had maybe close to 30 world champions under his belt. I'm forgetting his name, but I'm sure I'll remember it at some point. You know what I mean? Fellas, this dude beat the shit out of him, Mark Magsayo. Mark Magsayo had beat Gary Russell for the WBC strap. You know what I mean? So, Juan Reyes? Not Juan Reyes. What the hell's his name? He has big ears. Big UFO type of ears. You know what I mean? But I'm a fan of his because anybody trained by Nacho Beristain, I got to give it up to him. You know what I mean? So Jarrett Hurd's coming back. Talking about he's coming to 160. He's acting like this is his first time at 160, and I'm going to get into it in a little bit. But talking about he's going to dominate, trying to dominate 160 like he did 154. 154, he did a good job, but the only one fight that that should have happened, that there was both obstacles, and not obstacles, but as far as he lost a fight, never avenged the loss. Jamel Charlo lost a fight, and he avenged his loss versus Tony Harrison. And, you know, that was supposed to be a nice unification for at least 3 straps at the time, you know what I mean? Because the WBO strap was being held by, at them times, Patrick Teixeira, who went on to lose the Argentine. I forgot the Argentine's name right now. The guy who fought Lara and beat the shit out of Teixeira. He's a guy who beat Errol Spence in the amateurs. Argentine guy. Yeah. He fought, I'm forgetting his name right now. Yeah, I mean. But, Jarrett Hurd coming back to 160, talking about he's coming to dominate. He must have forgot he had a fight versus the guy from Milwaukee named Luis Arias. And Luis Arias handed him his ass. And it was a definitely disappointing type of fight from the man Jarrett Hurd to take that split decision loss. And I thought it should have been unanimous decision. That's how you know B-Marsh Boxing ain't biased for nobody, man. I root for Jarrett Hurd every single fight. But he wet the bed that night, yet again. You know what I mean? He's with his new trainer, Kei Karama. You know what I mean? The guy who trains the amateurs in the USA Olympics. Out of New Jersey, you know what I mean? But really and truly, right? Jarrett Hurd, man, we're going to see what he's really about at 160. That seek and destroy style ain't going to last at 160. Because he got his ass handed to him at 154 with that type of style. Now, he overcame fights as far as being down on the cards, like versus Tony Harrison or Austin Trout or Erislandy Lara to come back and win big, you know what I mean? But at 160, man, he going to have to tighten up his defense, man. That Jake LaMotta shit ain't going to work. That Joe Frazier style, nope, don't do it, Mo. Nope, you better tighten up your defense. Tighten up your boxing skill set and have a prolonged career by hitting and not getting hit. You know what I mean? Jarrett Hurd, man, to me, he's a guy from the outside looking in. His story, they was building him up on Showtime PBC, was a humble guy who used to work at the Safeway, at the supermarket. Used to train boxing when he was younger, and then he got back into the boxing game because his trainer came and found him working at the Safeway and told him, "Dogs, you need to come back to the gym." He came back to the gym and built himself up to become a world champion, okay? Humble guy. He was making $1 million per fight, still staying at home, you know what I mean, with his moms and pops in Accokeek, Maryland. You know what I mean? And I knew it was going to go downhill, or the writing was on the wall, when I started seeing, and he wasn't the kind of guy who was wearing these kind of shines like Adrian Broner and Tank Davis and Errol Spence and these Jamel Charlo. You know, I got no problem with jewelry. I wear shines all the time, you know what I mean, when I want to. But when I started seeing Slim with these kind of white gold chokers, Cuban link chokers with the diamonds in it. And that wasn't his style before. He was the kind of guy who would just wear a regular dog tag. Then I was like, uh-oh. And sure enough, that's when he started declining, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? With the dog tags and stuff. And, you know, when he got himself them little Gervonta Davis, Adrian Broner, white gold chokers, that's when I was like, it's a wrap for Slim, man. He's buying into the persona, you know what I mean? And you could see on his Instagram, he's more of a guy who, you know, could see him popping bottles and stuff. Got all kind of flicks with his lady. I believe that's his wife now, which is all well and fine, but there's more stuff about luxury things and being at the MGM National Harbor and popping champagne bottles. More stuff than boxing. Basically, from the outside looking in, it looks like he isn't as hungry as he once was when he was climbing up the ranks, fighting the Tony Harrisons and all these guys he fought to become a world champion, unified at that. Jarrett Hurd was that dude. Will he be that dude at 160? Time will tell. Let me keep it tall with y'all. I'm not going in with any big hopes of him becoming what he did at 154. You hear them shots? Gunshots. They got a gun range in there, in them woods. I'm about to come over there and bust a gun or two to my damn self while I'm on vacation, you know what I mean? Why not? You hear them gunshots, right? I'm gonna see what kind of artillery they have in that piece. Handguns, machine guns, rifles, whatever. Nice hit. We'll come see what's really good. Yeah, but Jarrett Hurd, man, I wish him all the best. But this guy's talking like he's just now entering 160. Man, that Luis Arias fight was disappointing, man. And he hasn't fought since like June of 2021. Here he is in February, I believe. He's going to be fighting on the Mark Messiah versus the Figueroa, Brandon Figueroa. So yeah, we shall see what the man is about. B-Marsh Boxing. Leave your thoughts in comments. Let me know what you think about Jarrett Hurd talking about he's coming to dominate 160. Do you believe him? Time will tell. We shall see. Gone.